We gather in gratitude to the past. We remember the faith of those who founded and built our parish community over the years. We remember their tears and laughter, their prayers, sacrifices, weddings and funerals, baptisms and confirmations, and communions celebrated here. And so we are grateful for the past.
Oh, jeez. They gave me a present all wrapped up. A going away present. I took it out and put it on.
It's like you really feel like you're going down memory lane to me.
I was born in this parish. I believe it was the 22nd child baptized here. I was baptized in a punch bowl on Golfwell Road when the rectory was up there because the church wasn't built yet.
I'm 92 years old. My husband, John Ott, was a collector at the 9 o'clock Mass since before the church was built.
At the school down here, Spencer School, that's where everything was. They had the stage part was where the Mass was done, and we all had folding chairs, and we had a good group of people.
Actually, my dad, he got the property for St. Pius before they started building. I don't know whether there was a problem getting it, and he spoke to the owner. He was very active in town.
I remember coming here of a Sunday afternoon and doing the first shovel full of dirt to build the church. So I came with Thornton family, probably the Vacas, and walking across the fields from Convent Street to here, going through Hubbard's property at the time, and have them start the church.
It was a big game in town, if you will, from a construction standpoint. It was interesting to watch, especially you go to church right down the road on Sunday and you get a progress report, virtually every week as things were going on, and it was massive. It was a little bit different with the construction from some of the older churches that we had here in town, but the roof was amazing. That was at the time for me, that was a work of art.
Oh, it was a big deal in the community, yes, and it grew so quickly, but it was needed.
We had our first Mass where everybody walked from Spencer School over to the church, and the church was dedicated.
My mom and dad were founding members. My dad worked here as the maintenance man for 33 years. This hall is memorialized for my dad.
I'm one of the originals of St. Pius. Came here in 1957.
We were told that we have a choice of 2 other parishes. But being newlyweds, we figured a new beginning, a new church.
My mom and dad were really the original parishioners, Red and Seal Larson from Convent Street, but I was old enough at the time to remember a lot of this because we started out at St. John's first, but I was one of the younger altar boys when things started.
The children were baptized here.
My 4 children were baptized here.
My children go to church here, and my grandchildren. My granddaughter will be being confirmed next year, and all the other ones have done their baptism and communion here.
They made all their sacraments, communion, confirmation.
3 girls were married here.
My daughter was married here.
I got married here in 1967.
In addition to the religious part of everyone's life, the social part of life was intertwined with the church.
When I think back of all the church fairs, the suppers, the shows, it's family.
I'm involved with the auctions and the fairs, and those always have special memories, and they're exciting things that happen. They bring the community, the parish together, and I enjoy that a lot.
I know my parents went to a lot of parties that were down here that they had for New Year's or for anything. Everybody danced, even the priest. They had a really good time.
I remember the the plays here, the church fair with it seemed to me at the time thousands of people attended.
I enjoy being involved with stuff behind the scenes, much like my mom and dad were.
The priests have always been so kind, and I have so many nice memories of St. Pius.
I came to St. Pius in 2011 to become pastor, and I've been pastor now for the past almost 6 years.
So many different priests here, and each one had a very distinct personality. Father O'Brien, being the first pastor here, was a real go-getter. He went door to door recruiting to come to St. Pius. And Father Conzer, who was with him at that time, they lived up on Walthall Road, and he was much quieter and stayed more to the background. And as time went on, with all the religious brothers that were here at one time, I formed a good friendship with Brother Pius, and I still write and hear from him today.
So after we served Mass, Brother Dan would bring us down for breakfast, and he'd give us a home-cooked breakfast, and Father Ansgar would take us to school. He'd drive us to school. So the breakfast, something I'll never ever forget, because Brother Dan was the best. He's the best cook around.
We had Father Stephen.
Oh yes, Father Stephen Rotter.
Yeah. He was the singer. A lot of women had crushes on him. He was a very handsome priest.
There were no stained windows at that time, and they had a large sheet metal dove hanging from the ceiling above the altar. And after a while, when Father Walton saw that, he says, that dove's got to go because I keep thinking it's going to fall.
I've been a part of this parish my entire life. Yep, I would, and like I said, I work here now, so I will die here.
And my husband and I have been very proud to be part of the church. We hope that other people feel the same way.
It's always been a very warm, loving parish and one to be proud of.
We love the parish. We've had many good times here.
Hopefully, I'll be around for the 75th, and I'm planning to be here for the 100th. So maybe we'll take another picture of me sitting here saying, well, I remember when.
I have been to other parishes throughout my life, on vacations and things like that, but it never felt like I was home. Here, I'm home. Sorry.
The only ones left of them are our
Homes should be happy places, lots of love and smiling faces, and it's up to us to see that homes are the places they ought to be. Fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, all make up a family. Lots of fun times, we're all one times. We work together for we can see that homes should be happy places. And it's up to us to see that homes are the places they